Hello, good morning. This is Hey, we say in Swedish. This is Fred for metal-SWE TV in the world and metal-SWE.com's French website. And the last time we interviewed Draconian Anders, it was an interview written, but by webcam also. It was during the pandemic in 2020. The interview is online, still online of metal-SWE.com about the previous album. But we are here with Draconian, two members today, and my colleague Dave. So please, one by one, could you introduce yourself, Anders, and what do you do in the band, and the new member of Draconian team, please?
All right, I can start. I'm Anders Jacobsson. I'm the vocalist and the lyricist, and I've been in the band since like 6 months after the band started in late 2004. No, 1994. Jesus Christ, already.
Yeah.
But so that's what I've been doing, and I've been growing. My life has been growing alongside this band, so it's a big part of who I am. So.
Yeah, the front man on stage, but with a singer also, but she's not here. With Lisa Johansson, Lisa Johansson, we are going to speak about that. And maybe there is a link. I don't know. Honestly, I don't know. With a new member, please, could you introduce yourself, because you have the same name than Lisa.
Yeah, we are not related though.
Yeah.
But my name is Daniel Johansson, and I play drums now in Draconian.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you.
Yeah,
you arrived in the band in 2025, if I'm right.
I think that was when it became official.
Okay. Yeah, maybe.
He's been playing with us since January 2019. I think all shows apart from one.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So he's been with us for a long time.
Yeah, and Johansson, stupid question, but Johansson, it's a very common name in Sweden, Johansson.
Yeah, one of the most commonest ones.
Okay, it means the son. It means the son of Johan. Okay, and Johan is not here, the guitar player. But okay, we say hello to everybody and to Lisa.
But the son of Johan is
Johan. Yeah, excuse me, Johan. It will be my first question, and after we are going to alternate the question with my colleague Dave. He's a huge fan, and me too, of Draconian since many years. But it will be my first question. And if Daniel played live since many years, in fact, in Draconian, do you remember your French show, because you are a French media, your French show at Hellfest in 2022? I think it was warm. I was not there, but I saw the show. Beautiful show, open air and Hellfest in France on YouTube. It's still online. And it was a very special show because there were the two female singers of Draconian beside Anders. It was a very exceptional. It was a unique show. What do you remember of this show, Anders, and maybe Daniel after?
Yeah, this was the only show that Daniel didn't make since 2019.
Okay, sorry.
So that was the last show we did with Jerry. Jerry has now left the band, and that was a long time coming. But finally, since last year, it's been official. But he's been with us for 6 years and maybe more. And it was an extremely meaningful show for Draconian. The Hellfest show, because it was kind of an introduction to Lisa. And it was a goodbye to Heike. So it was a beautiful thing to have them together, as almost like there was a light and dark aspect to it. They were dressed in black and white, so it was kind of a yin yang thing going on there. So it had a little bit of symbolism, and that was the last show we made with Heike. And I'm glad to hear that you enjoyed it. Hellfest is a wonderful festival. It was such an experience just to be there.
And it was a unique show like that, with the two female singers at the same time.
Yeah. It was also an extremely epic experience when it comes to the whole festival experience. It was amazing festival. I really hope we could go back soon.
Okay, I will put the link of the YouTube show, if it's still online, of the Hellfest online on the description of this video.
This is probably once in a lifetime.
Yeah. Special occasion.
alors, it will be my second question after Dave is coming. After that, did you really start very quickly on the new album? We are here to speak about the new album. It's called In Somnolent Ruin. We can see the artwork, beautiful, once again, behind Dave, my colleague. Did you start very quickly on the new stuff, or with Lisa, we came back, or you took your time and you recover, you talked with Lisa, and you took your time, not to be in doom. In general, we are a bit slow.
Yeah. Quite
How did you
slow
work on
this
the new
time.
stuff? How did you work on the new stuff on the
Yeah.
new album in Somnolent Ruin?
Johan started making the song ideas and the embryos for the song that year, actually, when Lisa joined. I think but the Misanthrope River, the single that dropped today, goes back even further, because it was one of the songs that Johan had an idea for that didn't really fit on Under A Godless Veil. So we were saving that song to see, because it was a kind of a dear project of his. So it was the first song that was made. So that goes back even further, but it was worked on over the years to become what it is today. But we started working on the demos, or Johan started working on the demos already 2022.
Okay.
And it was a really long process. Things changed and mutated, and there was a lot of songs that he was writing. It's like twice as much as there is on the album. So it was not until like summer last year we started to figure out what songs to use for this album, what to represent this new restored version of Draconian and Lisa's comeback and everything that was fitting the narrative and the whole theme, what we wanted to do. Okay. So but it over the years it took a long time. A lot of things happened since the last album. Okay. There's been a whole pandemic. There has been Heike leaving, and there's been a lot of back and forth. Okay. So the culmination, I would say, is this album.
Okay, nice music video about Misanthrope River. Just saw it. The beautiful landscapes. Maybe shot by drones. Peace drones, not war drones.
I guess.
Dave, question to Draconian?
Yeah. In fact, I wanted to know, since Somnolent Ruin is your album number 8, all are released on Napalm Records. Does Napalm Records is a perfect label for you? What do you expect of a label? In fact, why are you so attached to Napalm Records?
It's a long time, huh? Remember all the album.
Yeah, well, we don't really have any other experience. It's part of our growth in the band. It was the label back in the early 1990s and through even I would say they started as more or less a black metal label, but the early 2000s the whole gothic female fronted, like romantic scene was really taking over that label, and we actually wanted to be on that label. Because we thought that was the best way to be represented, considering what they were promoting. So that was the actually label we wanted to be at. So we have been with them since 2003, and that's 23 years. So it's like a natural part. It's like a natural part of our growth as a signed band, of course. And they have never been in the way. They have always allowed us to be who we are, and they have never, like tried to change us in any way. And they have given us the budgets we need, and they have been trusting us. And I think they have been very happy. They know what they can expect, and at this point we are veterans, and we know what we're doing, and they know that as well. So
and you are very faithful. You are very faithful to them.
Yeah, but we don't have any other, experience with any other label or anything.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Okay. Maybe another. I have a question. I want to know if the new album is directly connected to the previous one, Under A Godless Veil, especially about the artwork. We can see a woman in the previous album with maybe a end of death, I don't know. And the new album, we can see the cover artwork. It's not the same person who made it, but we can see a woman with always a veil, but a big veil, a big white veil, and the color white. So it's connected lyrically. It's a very continuation.
It's not really a continuation of Under A Godless Veil, I would say, apart from the song some of the sound that was carried through Under A Godless Veil onto this album, like Misanthrope River, the process itself. But if you look at our discography, there has been plenty of album covers with a figure in the middle, or a female, most often representing some kind of emotion or some archetypical, what you're going through in life, and feel in a philosophical manner. It has always been there. So it's not really connected to the previous album at all. It just happened this way. We found this amazing painter and artist in Italy, and Johan found him, and he felt very, very attached to especially that painting. So we wanted to do something. We just took a chance and asked about it, and we had the opportunity to actually make it happen. So it was more of a coincidence.
Okay. Dave, maybe a question to the Daniel, or...
Yeah, already on the cover, the cover makes me think of some medieval painting, perhaps because of the birds, the perch on the horns of the woman on this cover. I think it's a very beautiful cover, and I wanted to know about the lyrics. I deeply read your lyrics, and your lyrics are always written in the first person, thus immersing the listener to the thought of the authors. I suppose the texts are primordial and importance for you. There are some bands who don't care about their text, but your texts are very beautiful, are very deep, and I wanted to know how you distribute with sleep the singing between Lisa and you. Is it about the chorus or you think that some part of the text needs melancholic voices, or some part of the text needs a growl? Tell me.
Or sometimes clean vocals. Or sometimes clean vocals. There is a guest, Daniel Johansson from ISON, or sometimes narration by Simon Bibi.
Bibi is doing the narrations of 2 songs, but ENG is singing on Anima, which gives the song a little bit of a, I would say personally, like a Tiamat flair. To answer the question, if I understand it correctly, I think how Lisa or the female vocals and the growls and all the different aspects of portraying what you want to convey happens during the process. It's not all decided, in our own bubbles. It usually comes together when we meet and we want to record, especially during the demo process and the pre-production. So we're not completely sure. We just know we have an idea where we want to have the female vocals and where we want to have the growls and what we want it to portray or mean, and then we work with the lyrics to see what works. So there's a lot of communication with it, and I think that's part of why it kind of got a bit procrastinated as well, because I don't live in Sweden anymore and we don't get together to rehearse much. So when we get together and to do actual recordings, we start talking about it, and there's a lot of things that just comes up in the moment that ends up on the album. And when we make the demos, we listen to them and we see if we can do something better. And yeah, that's just how it's not. We don't usually have an idea from the get-go where things should be. It's when the songs start to emerge when that comes up. So it was not something that we had in that was completely decided from the beginning. All the compartmentalization was not happening in the beginning. It just came with the process, and I think that's how it usually goes.
Okay.
The lyrics. Did you write your lyrics directly in English, or do you imagine them in Swedish and after you translate it in English?
No, I always write in English.
Okay.
Yeah, it's easier for me to do interviews in English than Swedish, for example.
Okay.
Because I talk more English than Swedish in everyday life. So that's what I'm used to now. So no, it has happened before that I've done poems, long ago, and I've translated and it's ended up a good Draconian lyric, but that's not usually how it goes. No.
Okay.
Okay. Questions about more about the music and especially in the Daniel drums part. Musically, I find for example, the introduction of the album, the two first songs, maybe the three songs, including Anima, the third one, a progressive vibe in the clean guitars, bit Pink Floyd, something like that. And it's my vision, but it's too early. We don't have a lot of perspective backwards about the new album. And Daniel, what's your musical background? Because sometimes we say it's not easy to play drums on a doom band because you have to be slow, but in the good rhythm and to be patient. So it's difficult, in fact. So, and what's your background? If I'm right, you played in the past with WORMWOOD. I saw you live with WORMWOOD, maybe. WORMWOOD, it's an excellent band.
Yeah. I played with WORMWOOD on 3 albums with them, and I was also one of the founders of that band. But that's basically like my background per se. Like I started out as a rock and roll drummer, and then I went into extreme metal.
Okay.
So I'm like before Draconian, I played black metal mainly, and it's kind of an adjustment to make. And I was in the beginning, it was kind of like you have to adjust yourself to understand the groove more. And since I'm so I was so locked up in playing fast, it was kind of a challenge to like get the groove down,
Yeah.
Practicing for this stuff. But after a while, you think like, because you have to think about it, like playing slow is mainly it could be as challenging as playing fast as well, you know, like it's kind of that thing. But yeah, now I feel kind of comfortable doing it after I've been doing it for 7 years. So.
You rehearse a lot, Dal? You are rehearsing a lot because you are preparing a tour very soon in the world. You are going to tour in the world for France next year. But we have to wait. But you are going to go to Asia next fall and this spring, 2026 in South America. So you are rehearsing a lot, even you are maybe very far away from each other.
If we're rehearsing a lot,
you rehearse a lot together, or by distance.
No, like we usually just get things done. You know, like we don't live. We live so separate from each other, so it's kind of hard to get everybody together. But we usually just rehearse like 2 times before doing something, because we have played together for so long. It's kind of natural just getting in there and getting things down.
You are professional. Okay, but Anders, that means that you don't live in Sweden now. I remember that in the past you worked very close to the city where Lisa worked as a florist. I talked 6 years ago. 7 years.
Yeah, it's a neighboring town. It's just like 15 minutes away with car.
Yeah.
But most of us have, or the band has its origin in my hometown. Mine and Johan's hometown.
Säffle in Värmland.
Säffle, yeah. It's a small, quaint little nature. Yeah. It's not much happening there.
And Lisa still work as florist, or she and as her musical career, or she stopped to private professional.
She has her own business for many years now. She's the boss of her own company, and in a flower shop. So that's her main job. But she has maintained her singing throughout the years. You know, it's been 15 years now since Lisa first left the band. She returned like 12, 13 years later, and she has maintained her voice. She's still in the choir. She's been in different cover bands because she just loves to sing, you know, and she has just taken what these small towns can offer in that way. And I think it shows very well. She was always a very great school singer, but I think she has evolved alongside with the rest of us, because we are much better now as musicians, as songwriters, as performers, compared to when, you know, Lisa left in 2011. So she has maintained her skills and her passions, and so have we. So it felt it was almost like a reunion. It was very familiar, but in a very updated kind of way, you know. With the new members, everything still felt extremely natural. And and I think the music brings it together. We understand it.
That means her voice doesn't change. Hasn't changed. The voice of
Lisa's
Lisa.
voice.
Yeah.
Well, I will. According to her, she's better. You know. I mean, you know, I'm not an expert when I always loved her voice, but you know, she has been maintaining her voice and doing vocals ever since she left. So obviously she's better. But I always loved her voice, and You know, but I think she has more self-confidence now.
Yeah. Well, with the years maturity. Yeah. Dave, another question maybe to the guys?
Yeah, about Lisa, did the return of the of Draconian historical voices of Lisa did influence the composition of the album?
You have to adapt maybe,
Excuse,
no?
excuse me, can you?
En fait, in fact, with the return of Lisa, did this return influence the composition of the new album, the new songs? And did you adapt a song for because his voice is not exactly in the same tone that the other
With
singer.
compared to Heike, you mean?
Yeah.
Yeah. They are different. Yeah, they have different levels of what they're comfortable with. But Lisa has found her own voice within these songs on these two albums that she hasn't been on, and she loves doing it. She loves doing it. I think Under A Godless Veil is one of her favorite albums with Draconian. She loves doing these songs that Heike has been, part of. But we didn't. Draconian's core when it comes to creativity or how the songs are created and written, it's a certain foundation there that has been very, it's been there for a long time. So I don't think this is a question for you, Juan, I guess. So I cannot speak 100%, but I don't think it was written with her in mind, specifically. Whatever we needed from her, we knew that she would deliver on. The songs, the foundation, and what the core is, and the sound. That's what, and then the rest of us adjust to it. And it's not much of an adjustment, It's Draconian just is what it is.
Okay, I have so many questions, but time is left. I wanted to know if there is maybe in the limited edition, can we hope to have the cover song of Paradise Lost, Gothic, that you made in the past, and I'm still waiting for it, and every time I ask you.
I still it was a while now, but I still keep hearing about it. Well, it was recorded with Heike years ago, even a couple of years before she left, but it was never finished, and for some reason we never took it further. I wanted to take it further, but we want to focus on different things sometimes in the band. And but it's still there somewhere on a hard drive. And if Heike would be comfortable with it, I don't see any reason why we couldn't, release it and maybe upgrade it a little bit, because it's that song Gothic. It's basically what set off this whole style that we're doing. That was the first song ever that used female vocals and a Gothic doom. In a Gothic doom veneer approach.
Do you like and Daniel? Do you like the last Paradise Lost album, Ascension? What do you think about the last one?
About the Paradise Lost album?
Yeah, masterpiece, Ascension.
I haven't actually listened to it.
Oh my God! And Anders?
I'm sorry.
I've listened to it. Yeah, I like a few songs a lot. I think. Their sound is a bit more gritty, but I mean, it's a bit difficult because it's not a band I listen to all the time. But I have Circus on the Cross. It's a wonderful song.
Yeah,
it's almost a bit like I like this little bit like rough, grimy death metal into it, like Asphyx or something mixed with
Soulburn.
And it's a very nice big production with a lot of grind to it. So I like it from that perspective, but I cannot say that I've listened that much to it. There's so many other things that I listen to these days, and I don't listen. Sad to say, but I don't listen to as much music as I used to do. I don't know if that's to do with age and being more jaded, but
lack of time.
But I always follow Paradise Lost. Obviously, they are one of the bands that has inspired us very
Of course.
much, especially throughout the 90s.
Okay. Dave, a question, last question, maybe for Daniel or for.
Yeah, a little question about the clip called Heavens. The band playing different setting on snowy rains, constant hall. But I think with given the richness of your text, won't you have the desire, if the labels give you a lot of money, to make a video clip more ambitious or telling a story inside seeing you playing again?
Do you mean if we're gonna do a video of us playing in a grandiose setting somewhere, or
A movie?
Yeah, with the band,
Is that-
with the band members in it. Yeah, right. Or
yeah,
just
that's what I
just
got.
not just or just another video with. Well, I would this video that was released today it's
Misanthrope
the
River.
third video. It's the third video of all the videos we made that we're actually in the band, the members. We did a video last hour of Ancient Sunlight from Rose of Apocalypse, and that we were in the band, and then we made Cold Heavens was the second one of them all. Heike was in Stellar Tombs, but it was more of a performative storytelling thing. The band was not playing. So I would love to have more videos with the band in it if it's done in the right way, because I think it's been, sometimes I feel that it's been done. It doesn't. If you need that general style of just performing as you're playing live in a music video, it needs to add something extra to it that makes it a little bit more explosive. So yeah, a grandiose setting would definitely help carrying that up. And but I'm very happy about how Cold Heavens turned out. It's a very dynamic song, and it delivered exactly what it was supposed to deliver. But yeah, I would love to do another members video in some more grandiose setting.
About a music video, at the end of the video clip, Dave, there is a credit. It was a song for the song Cold Events. There is a credit at the end to Vomitory. And Vomitory, we just interviewed them recently. The drummer, Tobias Gustafsson. So you are friends. What's the relation for this music video? Why do you thank them? Vomitory guys. Of course, that's Swedes.
If we had connection, like Vomitory also had the same venue booked, I guess. Is that what you mean?
Yeah.
But is there credits on the music video of Cold Heaven?
It's because we were like sharing locations when we recorded Cold Heavens video. That's why. Yeah, and we live in the same, or I came from the same province as they do, and they have been a band that I've known about and seen many times live ever since the early 90s. So but we were kind of, like we had to, share the schedules together so we could both do what we needed to do that weekend.
Okay, simply.
So that's why we said thanks to them.
Okay. Yeah. Before to say bye-bye, Dave, I wanted to know, Daniel and after Anders, what are your 3 favorite songs of the new album, please, In Somnolent Ruin? And you are going maybe to play live, maybe.
Oh, we don't.
I'm not gonna. We're not.
You are going to play.
We haven't decided yet on. No, but 3 favorite songs. Maybe Face of God, Misanthrope River, and what should I pick?
Lethe. We didn't speak about Lethe, the Greek river and the mythology.
Yeah. Like every song has its own place.
You forgot. You forgot Lethe.
No, I didn't. I just.
No. You said 3 songs.
Yeah. No, Face of God, Misanthrope River, and Thy Arrow.
Okay, yeah. Okay, Thy Arrow, the first one. Okay, and Anders, maybe you can quote Lethe, because Lethe is very special. You both forgottenness.
Yeah. First, I can say my 3 songs if I really have to. If I have to choose, which is always fucking detriment, but
your crush.
I welcome Thy Arrow, of course, is very close to me. I like the whole vibe of that song and the ominous atmosphere and kind of despondency of it all. And I would say The Face of God is extremely complex, dynamic, and wonderful song. It's going to be a fucking a project to do live, but you know, it's a very, very powerful song that I think it's very important for the album. And I would say Lisa, if I had to choose. I think I choose Lisa over the others if I had to, because I think Lisa is doing such an amazing, emotive, it's almost suggestive work on that song. The lyric is very straightforward compared to many of the other lyrics on the album, because it's very much it's not clad in too much symbolism. It's just saying what's going on after you die, and you stand there in front of this river before if either you are strong enough to fight it off, or you reincarnate and you forget everything that happened in your previous life. And that's how these parasitic entities are feeding themselves. So it's I took the Platonic idea and made it a little bit more Gnostic.
Okay, philosophic.
And yeah, it's basically a Gnostic philosophy that you know, Plato was the one who took it into the Western world, and there are several like Greek influences and mythological influences on the album that we are mentioning to kind of dress these personal emotions of life, death. Yeah, Anima as well. It's a Jungian archetype to like face your shadow and come clean and act, which is actually the hardest thing people can do, apparently.
Okay.
So I'm not trying to preach anything, because I'm struggling with this myself. But I think music is a great fucking engine to express these things. It's like therapy.
Okay, it's gonna cut, Anders. Thank you very much. So we thank you for your time. We said tack in Swedish. Tack.
Yes.
Tack. Merci.
Merci. Yeah, you
Merci.
speak French. And see you live in France, all over the world, and in France next year. We will be there.
Yeah.
In Paris.
If you will be there, come and say hi. And thank you so much for the interview.
Yeah. Thank you very much for your time. Thank you, Daniel. Thank you, Anders. And have a good tour in the world. And take care. Bye-bye.
Thank you.
Cheers.
Awesome.
Bye-bye.
Thank you.
Thanks a lot.